Well, let's go live to Russell Myers, the royal editor of the Daily Mirror. Russell, thank you so much for your time this morning. Let's just first start off. What's your take on the King's first speech?
Well, good evening. I thought it was particularly measured and very, very genuine. I thought it's extraordinary feat for King Charles to put on a brave face almost, to really pay tribute humbly to his mother's legacy just hours after losing her. I mean, he did appear fairly crestfallen when we saw him earlier on in the day, but his spirit seemed to have lifted when he arrived at Buckingham Palace and he was greeted by the hordes of crowds outside the London residence. And then to go into the palace once again and to record that speech, I think took a great deal of strength. And of course, he may have prepared the words over the years and thought about what he would eventually say, but it was a fitting tribute. So I think we got a real sense of what he will be like as king. I mean, he's often been labelled the meddling prince for getting involved in government business or writing letters to government ministers. But I think he realises that this is a huge shift in his life and his duty, and he will want to carry on his mother's incredible legacy.
And Russell, we're just looking at some vision, obviously, of the scenes outside Buckingham Palace. It was a bit of a break from tradition for royals. We saw a kiss for a king, some of the crowds getting fairly hands-on. Do you think this will set a precedent for the type of contact he has with the public now when he carries out his duties as king?
Perhaps. I think, Prince Charles has really undergone a huge change in his personality. And I think that Camilla really has a huge part in that. I mean, she's made him really get a lot more comfortable in his own skin, prepare him for kingship. He's a much more of a family man than he used to be. I think there was a lot of criticism labelled about his fathering tactics to his two sons, but he's incredibly close to his grandchildren. And you saw his face light up as soon as he got out of the car. He was absolutely beaming when he saw that the people had come to pay tribute to not only his late mother, but to also welcome him with open arms as well. And there was some shouts of "God save the King." And I think he was absolutely taken aback by it. And over these coming days, he will need to draw on obviously that strength not only from his family, but this outpouring of emotion from the public. And I think it was really welcome today.
And just on that personal note, as the family man that we know he is, in the speech, obviously there were some very touching moments. Of course, he referred to his darling mama and her lifelong service, but also both his sons. What did you make of that declaration of love for his sons?
Well, it's certainly, I mean, if you take the Duke of Cornwall and Cambridge, now the Prince of Wales and the Princess of Wales, I mean, this is a huge historic moment in the royal family. Kate's talking this evening about wanting to forge her own path whilst having respect for the role that has gone before her. Mm-hmm. I mean, he has huge respect for them as a couple, and obviously the rift that has enveloped his family is well documented. But I thought there was an olive branch, of course, for Harry and Meghan by saying that he loves and respects them. And that is what I've always been told, no matter how bad it has got, even up till recently when Harry and Meghan were flying to the UK, the King extended an invitation for them to stay with him. I mean, it's gone from pretty much bad to worse from the Sussexes side. But I think when all is said and done, the Sussexes will take a step back and really think about their behaviour of late, because this is a family that has to be united in order to get through their darkest hour. And they do have some really challenging issues on their hands.
Yes, at the end of the day, this is also a family grieving the loss of someone so significant in their lives. But it is a new era and a new chapter. Thank you so much, Russell, for your time this morning and for your insights. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.